Yeah, so our men's team is young. We basically call them freshmen and froshmores because last year the freshmen really didn't have a season, which for the men is much more complicated than it is for the women's teams because their race distance goes up so significantly. In high school they run 5,000 meters and in college they run 8,000 meters. So we have 50% of the team that has never run the 8,000 meter race prior to this year. I think when everybody's on the line together, which was the first time was at Roberts Wesleyan, when everybody was healthy and ready to go, that was a really good indication as to what we're capable of. It's just trying to get everybody healthy and ready to go at the exact same time, which hasn't happened. 1 week we had a couple of colds. Riley Johnson, who's our best guy, he's got a little banged up in his Achilles tendon.
We're still down Riley, but I'm back finally, which is nice. So I'll be out there putting up a battle. I wish Riley was there with me, and we'll have Nick back at full strength after falling, and Shane's always consistent, and we're a young team, so I feel like we're going to do pretty well against the NE10 competition.
So I said to the guys, if they can pull it all together in terms of everybody in and at it at the right time, they should be top three. I'm thinking. I think AIC is very difficult to beat just by nature of the amount of experience and the quality of athlete they have there. I think Southern Connecticut, Franklin Pierce, ourselves are all interchangeable in some regards. Our up front women are pretty capable, and luckily, with the exception of a couple, they have the experience of championships behind them, despite the fact that we didn't have a season last year. We did have a track season, which helped a great deal. But we have a lot of talent up front in terms of leadership and quality. Emma Lawrence is, she's a beast. She's just very, very capable. She's a 2:15 half-miler who has transitioned to cross-country amazingly. The leadership we have in terms of captains and even the women that aren't captains out of juniors and seniors have done an incredible job of pulling this whole group together.
So far this season, we've had a few meets and they've all gone really well. It's been great to have meets after last year not having anything. I feel like we've been really resilient as a team and able to fight through not having meets or not being able to practice together to now being able to practice and actually run in races. It's been great to see everyone's hard work pay off. The first meet, everyone did really well, and it was good to kind of preview that course for NE10.
After that, coach kind of let us loose. So the 3 meets going forward, we were able to actually do our things individually. And in our last meet at New England's is really telling on I think where we stand in the NE10. I know when coach scored the meet between the NE10 and just a dual meet, we placed second, just behind AIC. So as of right now, AIC is our biggest competitor. But I think that gave us a lot of confidence moving forward that I think we have SNU and St. A's in the bag.
Against other NE10 teams, we didn't have our 2 top guys really racing. We were both sidelined. Me and my teammate Riley, I was sick and he was dealing with a calf injury. So we didn't have our full team, but the younger guys still performed. The 2 seniors performed well. We had some guys fall, some guy rolled his ankle, so it wasn't our best race, but we still did good. And I feel like we can put a better fight up against those teams in a different day when we're at full strength.
So the New England Championships, again, we had a couple of kids that we had to hold out. Nick McNamee fell down. He's one of our best guys. And unfortunately, when he fell down, he knocked one of our other guys with him. So it's been kind of a crazy season. I think it's huge. We sort of ran intentional pacing, we call it, where the guys sort of ran in a pack, and then with a mile to go, they can open up a little bit. The course is extremely challenging, both from a topography standpoint as well as a footing. Some of the trails are very tumultuous, to say the least. So I'm so glad we went because that was easily our hardest race of the season so far in terms of the difficulty of the course.
Helps us get a good look at the course, and we know the ups and downs, and we get a feel for it. St. A's is a battle. It's pretty hilly, And while you're in the woods, you can't really make a move because it's a one-person trail. So you got to know when to get out and what to make moves for. So it's a tough course. So to get a preview of it is like giving us an upper hand against other teams.
The meet that we had at St. A's at the beginning of the season was very crucial. Since that was going to be the spot for NE10s, the main reason for us going there was to get a feel of that course, because having that advantage of knowing what the course is like, knowing what each turn is like, knowing where all those mile marks are, will help us an advantage when we're trying to think of racing strategy and trying to figure out where we should be in relative to other members on other teams when trying to displace others for points.
We've had lots of workouts in between the weekends that we don't have meets to help prepare us for this conference championship, and we've put in all the work, so now it's just making sure we do the little things and supporting each other as a team, so that we can have the motivation to give it our all for this race. We can try and win.
It was really, going after the New England Championships, it was really eye-opening seeing like not only where I lie amongst certain runners on other teams, but where everyone else does, and we can really see our full potential of what we can accomplish at the NE10 meet. I know it's definitely going to be a bigger battle than we've had in past years. AIC has a couple of really strong runners, and so does Southern New Hampshire University. And there's some top runners on some other schools that are also going to be up there, so there's definitely going to be a lot of competition. But the New England Championships was the first meet where we were actually racing, and there were other conference schools that were also there, so it was a really good opportunity to really see where we lined up. And I think seeing that after especially racing, because the last time we had raced NE10 schools was the St. A's meet, and we weren't actually racing, we were kind of just working in paces and getting the feel of the course. So after the New England Championships, not only individually and for everyone else individually, but also collectively as a team, I think it's really boosted our confidence, and we all know what we need to do individually to come together as a team and work on.
Yeah, so I think going forward, going into this NE10 meet, it's going to be really important to displace AIC. I know they have like 2 or 3 really like standout runners, so it's going to come down to who's toughest, because the course is really tough. So it's just going to be important to see how many Stonehill girls we can get in front of. I think they're like 5th AIC runner, and then I think we should be good.
So I think they're very hungry. Again, competition is going to be great. I would say up until 5 or 6 years ago, it was a lot easier for the women. Quality-wise, it wasn't as deep. I can't say that now. AIC is very good. Southern New Hampshire is very good. So it'll be it's going to be a dogfight for sure.